Hello. I'm not sitting in my usual location because it is nighttime and I don't usually film at night, but I needed to film because it's been a couple weeks since I posted, and I don't know, I figured, I'll just post something and that'll be better than nothing. So here we are. I want to make a quick video about Taylor Swift's strongest song lyrically. I think a lot of her songs, the reason that they're so popular is because they're lyrically really strong. They're catchy, or they put something into words that not very many people have figured out a more concise way to say things, or they just sound good and put words together in a nice way. She really likes to use really common phrases and then kind of twist them and make them a little bit different. And it works really well for her songwriting, and it works really well for just her goal for writing music. I really like her song Ivy off of Evermore. I think it's her most poetic song. I think when I listen to it, I feel like I have to listen to it a second time over because I feel like the lyrics, they deserve more of my attention than what I'm able to give at one given time while like singing along. And the imagery in this song is some of my favorite that I've heard in a song in a really long time. So I kind of wanted to go over it just really quick, point out some of my favorite parts. Just enjoy it. I don't know. It's a good song. So my favorite verse is actually the opening verse. The first verse says, "How's one to know? I'd meet you where the spirit meets the bones in a faith-forgotten land. In from the snow, your touch brought forth an incandescent glow, tarnished but so grand." And I think that's such excellent lyrics. But the pre-chorus, this is my favorite part of the entire song. I think it's so strong, it's so meaningful and impactful with just so few words. The lyrics are, "And the old widow goes to the stone every day, but I don't. I just sit here and wait, grieving for the living." And something about grieving for the living really pulled me in on first listen. And it's something that holds my attention every time I listen to this song. It's what makes me come back to this song. The chorus and the verses are just so great, but the pre-chorus is so good. It's one of my favorite lyrics written in a really, really long time. And I went to the Eras tour a couple of months ago, and I was very bummed that I didn't get to hear this one in concert because it is one of the more popular ones of Evermore, so I was hoping, but yeah, sadly didn't get that one. But yeah, the chorus is also excellent. The most personification that occurs in the chorus is, "Oh, I can't stop you putting roots in my dreamland. My house of stone, your ivy grows, and now I'm covered in you." She has another song, not dissimilar from this lyric, called "You All Over Me," and it feels like it kind of references that song a little bit, which I like as a Taylor Swift enjoyer. And something about Taylor Swift saying, "Oh, goddamn," it's very nice. It's fun to sing along to, and it's just, it's fun to hear. She is often hailed for her emotional performances, and that's like part of the reason, her singing ability is good. It's not at the level of like Mariah Carey or Beyonce or Ariana Grande, but the emotion that she puts into her performance is what really reels people in, and I do not disagree with that. I think that it reigns very true for this performance especially. I will say the bridge is also so good on this song. Like it's up there for me with like Treacherous and like a couple of her other like really, really strong bridges. But this bridge is, "So yeah, it's a fire, it's a goddamn blaze in the dark, and you started it. So yeah, it's a war, it's the goddamn fight of my life, and you started it." And I like it because it's the song is about being mature, it's about being an adult, and I like that the bridge kind of pulls back into like being a kid and being like, well, this person started it, it's not my fault, mom, it's this person, or like, leave me alone, teacher, it's this person's fault. And I like that. It's kind of like reverting to feeling like a child and feeling defenseless, which is sometimes how people feel when their walls are under attack, which is kind of also what the song is about, is like you're covered in me, I cannot escape you, and you make me feel like I'm a child. And you know, the thing that kills Ivy, the thing that kills life is fire. And so calling it a fire, calling it a blaze in the dark, like negates all of the growth that would have occurred for the ivy covering the stone house. And like, you know, thinking about a stone house might survive a fire, whereas a wooden house would not. And while the bridge is so accusatory, it's saying you started it, there is not another verse afterwards to kind of give closure. So it kind of indicates, like, you know, you get a chorus again at the end saying, I'm covered in you, and it's kind of like giving up and saying like, okay, fine, I'm covered in you, you win. And I like that. It's fun. I really enjoy this song. I feel like it's so fun to sing along to. It's so, it's kind of matter of fact, and I like it when there's kind of like this like tumultuous relationship about love, even though you love this other person. So like in storytelling, when like you have two characters who care for each other, but they hate each other because they care for each other, because they didn't want to be like weakened by the relationship. And that's very much what this song feels like. And I really like that. I feel like in the end, you kind of end up with what I said earlier about like giving up and just accepting, like kind of losing the battle. But it can also be interpreted as like, well, now I'm covered in you and you're my armor now, and we're in it together from now on. And I also like that. So it's just a fun song. It's a good one. I recommend it. It's one of her most stellar songs for sure. It's one of my faves.